is where the Hebrew home is. For where the heart is, that's where you find the Hebrew home. Hebrew home, Hebrew home. Good morning, Hebrew home. My home, my heart. My heart is where the Hebrew home is. For where the heart is, that's where you find the Hebrew home.
Good morning and welcome to Wendy Wednesday. This is a special edition. We're pre-taping on the beautiful, beautiful campus of the Hebrew home outdoors, and we're doing so in thanks to our guest, Al Capiello. Welcome, Al.
Thank you, Wendy.
Al is the Hebrew home resident, and it was his terrific idea to film this outside. So thank you, Al, for that suggestion. We're going to do this more often.
Yes, it's beautiful.
So the weather for the 9th is not supposed to be as beautiful as it is today. It's actually supposed to rain and be a high of 80 degrees on Wednesday. The menu for Wednesday, we are serving hamburger on a bun with French fries and homemade coleslaw with fresh watermelon for dessert. And for dinner, we're serving egg drop soup with an Asian salad and seafood pasta with pound cake for dessert. September 9th in history has a couple of interesting events. In 1908, Orville Wright made his first one-hour airplane ride. In 1955, Don Zimmer, are you familiar with Don Zimmer?
Yeah.
Okay, he hit his 4,000th Dodger home run. That seems like a lot of home runs.
I don't think that was the case.
I found it on the internet, so I'm assuming that's right, but that did seem a little high to me, right? Maybe it was supposed to be 400?
A whole lot.
Okay, well, what do I know about baseball? Not a whole lot.
Henry Aaron had 744 homers, and he's in the lead for that. Babe Ruth was second. You know, nobody even came close to
1,000?
Yeah, no.
Okay, well, don't blame it on me. Please blame it on the internet, because that's what it said. And of course, me not knowing as much as you about baseball, I believed it. So we'll go right
You're
along.
forgiven.
Okay, thank you. In 1956, Elvis Presley, he appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show for the first time. I never saw the Ed Sullivan Show. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
Were you a fan?
Of Elvis?
Well, of Elvis or the Ed Sullivan Show?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, I really liked Elvis.
Yeah.
When he came out of the Army, I wasn't that crazy about the movies that he made, you know. But before then, he made 4 good movies before he went off to the Army.
Right.
Love Me Tender, Jailhouse Rock, King Creole, Loving You.
Wow.
Those, yeah, they were all good.
1983. This is an interesting one. Okay, so Vitas Gerulaitis, the tennis player, apparently he bet his house that Martina Navratilova could not beat Derek Tarr, who at the time was the 100th ranked male tennis player. So the match never happened, but he was actually going to bet his house on that.
Wow.
I thought that was kind of interesting. Instead, he gave a huge heart-shaped box of candy to Martina with the inscription, "To Martina from Vitas and Bobby." So I'm assuming that's Bobby Riggs that he's referring to, right?
Bobby Riggs.
So today's celebrity birthdays include Adam Sandler, Colonel Sanders from KFC, isn't that funny? And Michael Bublé. And we have one resident who's celebrating a birthday today, and that is Beverly Z. And our staff celebrating birthdays today include Nana and Audrey, and they both work in our nursing department. So, we are fortunate to have Al with us today for our resident interview. And I thought we could start maybe with just telling a little bit about yourself, where you're from, anything we should know.
I grew up in the Lower East Side of Manhattan. Across from where I lived, there was a park. It had 8 basketball courts. You could play stickball there, all that stuff. When we had Christmas vacation, we used to play football in the park if it snowed. There was a lot of snow, so we could play tackle football. That was a lot of fun. But my true love was baseball. I was in the Little League for like a couple of years. I was a catcher. I really loved that position. Probably because I used to see Yogi Berra. He was the catcher of the Yankees at that time. Really, really great, Yogi. Elston Howard came a little bit later when they shipped Yogi to the outfield around 1960 when they played the Pirates. Let me see, there was a lot of great catchers that I see. Johnny Bench, Berra, like I said before. A lot of them. I just really liked that position. You know,
Did you fall into that position, or
no,
did you try other
asked.
ones?
I had asked
To be a catcher
my
specifically?
Little League, yeah. And I remember my friend Rory had this old catcher's mitt that he didn't use anymore, and he gave it to me. And I was happy as could be, you know, I really was.
How do you become a great catcher? How do you improve your skills in that?
I had a lot of help at that time from my older brother. He helped me with signals. But you're relatively in charge of the
Right,
game.
because you're telling the pitcher what kind
What
of
to
pitch,
throw,
right?
this and that. You know, it was a lot of fun. I really liked it. And the coach at that time in Little League, Mr. Graff, I still remember his name. He was very helpful too. A lot of people don't realize this, but Yogi Berra's mentor at catching was Bill Dickey. Bill Dickey played with Lou Gehrig, Babe Ruth in the 20s and 30s. He's in the Hall of Fame also, Bill Dickey.
So what else do you want to share about growing up? So you grew up on the Lower East Side,
Yeah.
and have you traveled outside of New York, and what brought you to the home? And tell us some more about yourself.
Well, let me see.
I know you're a Yankees fan.
Yes, I went to my first game. It was like 1959, and I got Yogi Berra's autograph.
How did you manage that?
My brother, we used to go to the game really early, and they would be like on the sidelines playing catch, you know. And it was my birthday that day, and my brother said, "Hey Yogi, this is my kid brother's birthday today." He came over, autographs the ball, and yeah, it was like very, very nice. I even remember who he was throwing the ball with, Johnny Blanchard. He was another catcher. I just really love the Yankees. Mantle, you know,
Well, what do you think about the current season?
it's all messed up because of the pandemic. I mean,
Right.
you know, hopefully they'll get back on their feet when this is, you know, over finally.
Right. So they're still playing, right? Even though some of the players had tested positive and all that.
Yeah.
in the league?
And there's injuries, you know.
So will there be a World Series this year?
I don't know. I really don't know the way it's going. It won't be the same as in the
Right.
past. It just won't,
Right.
you know. But just threw a lot of people for a loop, the pandemic. Growing up, I was an altar boy. I went to St. James School, Catholic school. I was an altar boy for a few years. Then I went to high school, LaSalle Academy. The reverend that we have here that does the mass, not Reverend, Deacon George, he worked at my high school, but I was leaving. I finished, and he came. He was a teacher there. I just found this out in the home about a year ago or
So
so.
you never had him as a teacher?
No.
You guys
No,
crossed paths,
never.
okay.
No.
And let's talk about your profession. You are a counselor, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
very interesting.
I started off as a CNA. I took the test,
Okay.
you know, blood pressures, all that stuff, and I
Right.
worked with drug addicts and alcoholics. I really liked it. It was very rewarding, you know, and I really loved it. And
Was
then I
that
went to school for a counseling degree, a KSAC as it was called back then. And I went 3 nights a week after work to this school. And I took the test and I passed. It was written and oral. And I liked it. Like I said, it was rewarding, you know.
well, you must have felt like you really had an impact on people's lives.
Yeah, yeah. And sometimes they just don't listen. They're not ready. So,
It's probably the hardest part of the profession, right?
yeah, you know, you can't force people into anything if they don't want to,
Right,
you know, get
Right.
clean.
right,
Whatever.
right.
Uh,
Well, I did some research about catchers because I know that was the position that you played. So I thought I would share with you a top 10 list and get your feedback on what you thought about this ranking.
yeah, sure.
So, top 10 list of catchers of all-time history. Number 10, Buster Posey. Do you know who that was?
Buster Posey. I gotta be honest, no, I don't.
Okay, I had never heard of him either. Apparently he was a very good catcher. How about Carlton Fisk?
Oh, yeah, sure.
You know
Fisk.
about
yeah,
him?
Yeah, he's good, good.
Buster Posey was on the San Francisco baseball team.
Giants? Yeah. Francisco Giants.
But he didn't have 5,000 or 4,000 home runs.
Nobody did. Nobody did.
Okay, how about number 8? That's Bill Dickey.
Yeah, that's the one that I mentioned earlier. He's
Right.
the one that helped Yogi
Right,
when he was coming up. Yeah.
The number 7, even I know number 7, Gary Carter.
Oh, yeah. Mets.
The Mets, right?
Yeah. The kid, they called him.
Right. Number 6, Mickey Cochran. Cochran, do you know who that is?
Detroit Tigers catcher, yeah.
Okay.
Mickey Mantle's father named his son Mickey. That was his name on the birth certificate. Mickey. It was after Mickey Cochran.
Oh,
That was one of his favorite players.
did not know that. Okay, number 5, another big name, Roy Campanella.
Yeah, Campy played with the Brooklyn Dodgers. He got hurt really bad in a car accident. You know, was from the waist down.
Oh,
Couldn't
wow.
move, yeah. Hell of a catcher. Yeah.
And what time period was that? Do you remember?
Yeah, that was in the like 48, 49, 50s. He got in the accident, it was like 57, because when they moved to LA, he was already, you know, hurt.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4, Mike Piazza, another Met.
Yeah, Mike
So
Piazza.
tell us about Mike Piazza. I know he's pretty famous.
Great hitter. I mean, really great hitter, great catcher. He was something. Yeah, really good.
Number 3 is Ivan Rodriguez. Do you know that one?
Ivan Rod, he must have been friends with Buster Posey.
Okay, number 2, Johnny Bench.
Oh yeah, Johnny Bench is one of my favorites.
So let's talk about him.
Cincinnati Reds.
Okay.
Yeah, great hitter, great catcher, just all around. You know, he could even run. Catchers aren't expected to run that fast.
Right.
You know, but he was good. He was all around.
And number 1 is the catcher you spoke about earlier, Yogi Berra.
Yogi. Can't say enough about him. Hitting in a clutch situation, Yogi was there. Yogi was there. Hitting, he was in like 10 World Series. And you got a World Series ring after every one. He had you know, it's all covered.
All decked out?
His fingers, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, clutch hitter.
So what do you think is important to be a successful catcher? What kind of traits do you need to have to be good at that?
Well, you gotta know, you gotta know your pitcher, what he could do. You know what pitch to, what pitch to call in a certain situation.
Are those signals like, this or whatever? Are those universal signals that catchers use, or do you
No,
make
they're
them
all
all
different. They're all different. When I was in Little League, it was, because you're a kid.
Right.
It was one was a fastball,
Okay.
two was a curve, which they didn't really want you to throw a curve because
Why?
you were young. It hurt your wrist,
Oh,
So,
so you remember the signals? That's pretty impressive that you remember that.
yeah. But I don't know Buster Posey.
All right, we're going to change topics a little bit because this Sunday is Grandparents' Day. So it's a little different this year. It's going to be a virtual Grandparents' Day because our campus is still closed, but we're going to have special programming, and we've asked families to send in videos that we can share with our residents. And at the end of this show, we're going to show a few of those videos to our viewers. So I thought it might be fun to share some grandparents trivia with our viewers today, since we're on that theme this week. So many people are raised by their grandparents. And in fact, some famous people were raised by their grandparents. And they include Maya Angelou, Carol Burnett, Bill Clinton, Willie Nelson, and Jack Nicholson. They were all raised by their grandparents. And grandparents are younger than you think. Take a guess. What do you think the average age of a grandparent is?
Now,
Yes.
now it's different. I would say 80 average.
The average of age of a grandparent?
Yeah,
48.
48.
They're getting younger.
Wow.
They're getting younger. In fact, the world's youngest grandmother is believed to be Rivka, who is 23 years old, from Romania.
Okay.
So do the math, but I don't know. She's very young to be a grandma. And there are some young famous grandparents too, which we'll share. Loretta Lynn, she became a grandma at the age of 29. Whoopi Goldberg, she's a grandma. She became a grandma at the age of 34. Did you know Kiefer Sutherland? He's a grandparent. Did you know that? He became a grandfather at the age of 38.
And his father was Donald.
Donald, do you remember that movie, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, with Donald Sutherland?
Yeah.
Love that movie.
Yeah.
You've seen the original one too, probably, right?
Yeah, I got the tape from the original one and the most recent one. I got a lot of movies.
Yes, Al has a lot of movies. I can attest to that. Okay, also Brett Favre, he's a grandfather. Did you know? He became a grandfather at age 40. Pierce Brosnan, the actor, he's a grandfather at the
James Bond. Yeah.
James Bond at 44. And Jim Carrey, he's a grandfather too. Age 48, he became a grandfather. So a lot of young grandparents out there. So I want to thank you, Al, for joining me today on this special edition of Good Morning Hebrew Home. We have a limited edition commemorative Good Morning Hebrew Home mug for you.
Oh, thank you.
So you enjoy. That is for you. Cheers.
Here's looking at you.
And before we close, just a programming note. We have Bible study with Rabbi Noah at 11:15. We have Wellness with Deborah at 1:30. We have a concert with Larry at 2:30. And if you would like to see Al again on Channel 88 tonight at 6:30. So thank you again, Al.
My pleasure. Thank you for asking.
And thanks to everybody for tuning in. Before we close today's show, we're going to share with you some family videos that were sent in to celebrate Grandparents' Day. Take a look.
Hi, Grandma Ruth. We want to wish you a wonderful Grandparents' Day and also a wonderful birthday coming up. We love you. We miss you. And this is our new dog, Dexter, who you haven't gotten to meet yet.
Happy birthday! Happy Grandparents' Day!
We love you.
We love you. We miss you.
Hey Nan, Kev, just wanted to say hey, miss you, love you very much. Hope to see you soon.
Hi Grandma Miriam, it's Ethan.
Hi Grandma Miriam, it's Spencer.
And we want to wish you a happy Grandparents' Day. We love and miss you a lot.
You're the best grandma ever.
We can't wait to visit.
We miss you and we love you.
Bye.
Hi Nana, it's Tori, sending you lots of love and virtual hugs for this year's Grandparents' Day. I'm sorry I can't be with you in person, but I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. Love you.
Happy Grandparents' Day, dear Grandma. We love you so much. Love from Jen, Mila, and Sarah.
Happy Grandparents' Day, Grandma Gloria. I love you. I miss you so much. I'm wishing you the best day ever. My soul, my spirit, my heart is always, always with you. I hope you have an amazing day, and I can't wait to see you sometime soon. Mwah. I love you.
Hi, Grandma. Happy Grandparents' Day. Drake, look at the camera. Look. Oh, look at that. We wanted to wish you a happy Grandparents' Day and tell you that we love you so much. Hope to see you soon to give you a big hug and kiss from Drake and me. Love you.
Me, it's Sean. It's Friday the 4th. I think it's around 3 o'clock my time, so probably 6 p.m. your time. It's the Pacific Ocean right behind me. Not sure if you've ever seen it before. Hope you can hear me. It's a little windy. Apologize for my hair. The hair not hair salons. The barbers still aren't open here, but got my tie-dye, got my short shorts. I actually skateboarded here a few blocks, so full on California mode. Miss you. Hope you're hanging in there. Hope the Hebrew home is blasting Hava Nagila for you every day. And hopefully you'll be out of there soon. But more importantly, hope I can see you soon. Hope this video makes you feel better. Happy Grandparents' Day. Love you. Miss you.
This is a Grandparents' Day message for Judy Makehour.
Hi, Grandma. Happy Grandparents' Day. We love you. We miss you. We can't wait to see you again.
Hebrew home, good morning, Hebrew home. My heart is where the Hebrew home is. For where the heart is, that's where you find the Hebrew home. Hebrew home, good morning, Hebrew home. My heart is where the Hebrew home is. For where the heart is, that's where you find the Hebrew